Able to get that off, and then the door just falls off. All right, here we are, Canadian junkyard. Okay, pro tip here. Hey everybody, welcome back to your favorite YouTube show, Fixing Random Crap with Craig. Today, we are going to replace this crappy old faucet. That's all, you know, it still works, but it's just not looking that great. So the boss went out and picked up this new Kohler, the bold look of Kohler. This is the Maxton Touchless pull-down water faucet with soap lotion dispenser, featuring the vibrant stainless finish, Maxton response technology. So I've gone ahead and taken everything out of the box, and this is what we have here. So the faucet itself, it's got the pull-down on it. It has the sensor up here. Handle, blah, blah, blah. There's a whole bunch of stuff coming out of here, including this this wire that I'm going to show you where that plugs in. The two inlet valves, from what I can tell, the outlet valve, and then this is the spray nozzle one. So my understanding is that all of this is going to go into this master controller majigger here. So there's a bracket there that you're going to mount onto your back of your cabinet. Needs to be within 10 inches of the center line. So like directly underneath this this thing. So you go 10 inches to either side. And then from the bottom of the countertop downwards, you can be within 16 to 21 inches. That's all in the user's manual. So basically you just want to find a spot in that range where this is going to work. This has batteries that need to go in it. There are 6 batteries that it comes with, which is cool. Also this thing that tells you to skip the batteries and go ahead and buy the optional power adapter. Might look into that, but I don't really have power readily accessible under there, so I think we'll do batteries for a while. So you get your bracket, this controller majigger. This is the gasket that will go underneath, like this will go through there obviously, but that'll be on the top. This will be above the sink. This foam bit presses down. These are the brackets that hold it on from the bottom. This, I didn't know what this was originally, and there was one on my other sink too. But this is a weight. This is heavy, and it's going to be placed here somewhere along this thing to give, and there's instructions on where that needs to go as well to make sure that this thing retracts nicely, so that kind of like pulls it down and up. Anyway, it helps that thing work. This I'm hoping to not use. This is for sinks where you have 3 holes, one on each side and then a middle one. We don't have that, so I'm not going to be using that part. And this here is the bottle and top for the lotion, the soap dispenser. Seems pretty nice, but as you'll notice, there's no hole here, so we're going to have to make one. Anyway, that's all the stuff that's in the box. Pretty nice looking rig. One pro tip so far, and this didn't look like this 10 minutes ago. It was full of crap, mostly all that crap. Empty everything out of there so you got room to work. Clean it out so you're not getting full of crap. And the other pro tip is to take some towels, and like I'm gonna go in from this side, but try to give yourself a little bit of cushioning there, you know. So I'm gonna try to do this way. I'm gonna cover the because you're gonna have your head right in there. Yeah. So we're gonna look at what we do next. I think the first step is gonna be turn off our water. We have our water shutoffs in here, and try to get the nut off of this to get this thing disconnected. I've learned that there's something called a basin wrench, which I do not own. But I'm going to try this and see if I can do it with a regular pair of pliers. And if not, I might treat myself to a little trip to Home Depot and pick up a basin wrench. Anyway, you'll have to stay tuned to find out what happens. So here we go. Again, gang, we are down underneath the sink here now, and you'll see I got 2 bolts there that are holding this thing on. How close I can get this up there for you. Not very close. And they look pretty rusty. So I'm going to try to hit those with some a little bit of penetrating oil. I don't know how you can see that at all. But like that with some oil. Let it soak for a few minutes, and then I'll try and figure out what kind of a pair of pliers we're going to use to get that off. I thought that the basin wrench was going to help, but I think that's for if you have like a big nut up on top of that thing. Like I think it would help on the new one. But it seems to use screws too. Anyway, that's what it looks like. Okay, so bit of a learning experience here. This is the bolt that was sitting down, like coming out of the bottom of the faucet, and I thought to myself, "Hey, let's be smart. Sorry. Let's get my extension here." And we hit it with some lubricant, but I don't think I waited long enough, because once I finally got the right socket on there, it's a deep socket. It was enough to go all the way up onto here, which was great and fit perfect. But I just ended up shearing it right off. So that's going to be a problem. I'm not sure how we're going to get that off now. I may need to drill it out. But currently letting the other one soak a little bit longer to see if I can get that one off smooth. And if not, we're going to have to get creative. So more to come. Okay, good news, bad news, good news. So that's the first one. It left some of the bolt up in there. So that was a problem. This one felt the same way. I thought I had broken both of them, and I kind of did. But this one sort of came out a little bit higher up. And I just came up here and basically it all kind of fell apart. So I think it's just so rusted and beat to crap in there that kind of worked out. So we're going to try to get everything disconnected on there. Some of those lines, some of those supply lines, those braided cables might be a little tight. Going to get the right pliers for those. We'll try to loosen them up. And you going to help, Ed? Yeah. All right, we'll see how we do. Okay, it's out. So we had our two bolts there that are holding things on. Had to take the weight off of the spray hose. Just a couple of Phillips screwdrivers, the screws there. That is the steel ring that was kind of these bolts were holding up. That's super rusted. So she's all out. These guys were 5/8 the wrench. Are they? Yeah, they were 5/8. So use a couple of those to twist them separate ways. Going to hopefully pick up some new braided cables here to replace those guys. And clean this up. And yeah, we're going to have the hardest part, or what I assume is going to be the hardest part. Getting the old one out, the old rusty one out, went actually a lot better than I thought. So on with the new one. Okay, so we're looking good here. We have the gasket with the foam side down as directed. I just had to slide that on over all these hoses, and then I shoved all the hoses into the hole. And it says in the directions here that the handle's supposed to be on the right, so we have it on the right. And ideally you will have an assistant kind of holding this straight, but I don't have anybody around right now, so I'm just going to try to screw this on. So my understanding is from reading instructions, this is going to go on first over all the wires, then this, and then this is kind of goes this way. If I can describe this at all. It's going to go like this. And then this bottom piece actually has a thread on it, you will see. So they'll thread up so it's tight, and then you'll screw in the Phillips screws to tighten her up. So we're going to try that. Okay, gang, we're back. We managed to get that those three things on and thread it up, but I did want to sort of point out one tip. This piece here is pretty. Oh, that's not focusing. Hold on. Let's focus on that. Let's focus on that. There we go. That piece there is way bigger than the other ends. So you really want to get that through the narrow
through all those rings first up there, because you gotta feather it through all of those. I don't know what's going on with my focus. Weird. You got to get it through all those things. So highly recommend threading this one. So go with the big long one first, but then immediately go to this one. I had them all done and tried to do this thing last, and it was not having it. So now we're just going to keep twisting this thing up until it's hand tight. I'm going to get up and try to center it, make sure it looks good, and then we'll tighten her up some more.
One thing I wasn't too sure of is what the heck these were. Just discovered here, it's a check valve. So when you attach your braided line onto the supply, you want to thread one of these guys on. So I'm going to do that, connect the braided lines. This, while I have it out, this is the diagram that shows where that bracket is supposed to go for the control box, right there. It needs to be in that window, so that's the 10 inches each way, and then 16 to 21 down. And it says that the bottom of the bracket should be in this window here. So we have our in that window there. So we have it set up that way. Brackets are ready to go. Batteries are in. Yeah, we're gonna fix this up, and we're gonna get that thing going, and then we're gonna test her out. And then the last thing to do is gonna be this. And then we'll move on to that project.
Okay, here we are. We have the check valves installed. You see these are labeled. Oh, this one was labeled. It says cold on that side. The other one just didn't have a label, so assuming that was the hot. So we get this one on the hot. We got our check valve in. A little bit of Teflon tape on both of those. Same thing over there. Now we're going to take our valve box here. Put a little Teflon tape on top of that too. We're going to put that in, and we're going to screw on that thing, and then we're going to figure out how to get this part here attached to the bottom of the valve box. This thing on the side that you see here is it's a manual override to turn off the powered sensing thing or whatever. Anyway, we'll see if we can get that all lined up.
Okay, we're back. The new faucet is installed. Check this out. Wow. Amazing. I'll check this out too. Ooh. Very nice. Right there. Detaches. The weight brings it back quite nicely. Smooth operation. Turn it off. Boop. Very cool. So the next thing on the agenda is to get this guy installed. And how this is going to work is, this is obviously going to be below the sink, and then this part's going to be above. But the key is going to be to find a spot here to drill the hole. I have this hole saw here. This is like 1 3/8 inches, and I think it's a lot smaller than a standard hole here. And this would probably work with the standard size hole, but this thing is just wider than that, which is perfect, really. So I don't need to cut a hole. I don't want to cut a hole any bigger than I need to. So this 1 3/8 seems to fit. Not sure if that'll fit for your project or not, but just make sure the hole saw that you pick is larger than what needs to go in the hole, but not by too much, so that the trim will still cover it. This one will certainly cover the trim because it's going to be a real really close fit. Anyway, so we're going to get underneath and make sure we measure, because there's a little bit of plywood and stuff around here. I want to cut just directly through this. This is a Corian countertop, which I thought sounded really fancy when we moved into this house, and they told us that was what was here. Upon research, it's basically plastic, which sounds, a lot less exciting. So I can see why they came up with a fancy name for it. But apparently, and they're also known as like solid surface countertops. Apparently, just a regular standard drill bit will get you through that. Like if this was a granite countertop, then obviously I would need something different. But just regular drill bits and hole saws should work. So the key is going to be to get far enough across that I'm going to be clear of the plywood that's under here, but also to stay within the cabinet and have room to get this whole unit in there, and have clearance to be able to take it out and fill it up regularly. So that's what we're going to do next. Okay, this is my assistant, and he's going to attempt to hold the camera. Yeah, that's we don't need that screw. Can you hold this like this, Hudson? Okay, point it towards Daddy over. Point it towards this over here. Yeah, this way. Okay. Good job. So we're going to take our drill. We got a little dot on where we're going to go. We've done all our measuring. Put that right on our dot. And we're going to go nice and slow.
Mommy, look.
See how we're doing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we're getting there.
Yeah.
All right. Come check it out. Okay, Hudson, keep the camera going. Is your finger on the? Can you see anything?
Oh yeah.
No, your finger's over the thing here. Hold on.
I was just gonna say
Hold it like
it feels
that.
better than you.
Well, thanks. That's great for the viewers. I'm sure they enjoy that. You gonna hold it like that, Hudson? Hold it here with one hand. There you go. Good. There it is. We have a hole.
Yay!
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah.
There it is. Just caught the edge of that bracket a little bit, but that should be just fine.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll turn this off.
Yep, it's recording.
It's recording. Okay, here we go. This is the big demo. So we just wave our hand underneath. Water starts. Go over here for some soap. Squirt. Oh, wow. What a time to be alive.
Can I try?
Yeah, you can try it.
Can I try and you
All right,
take?
first, can you say goodbye to our viewers and say we'll see you next time and
See you next time. Bye.
remind them to hit the subscribe. And then when you're done, you just wave. Yeah, awesome. Cloth. High five. Yeah.